Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off talking about something very interesting if you're a fan of the 3DS and also Super Mario Odyssey. It appears there's a team getting Super Mario Odyssey up and running on the 3DS. Now there are a couple of things worth pointing out. Someone asks if this is complete and they say not for the moment. And someone else asks if this is a port, and they say in fact they're working with some friends to make this game from scratch for the 3DS. So the developers behind this one are called Team 8 Alpha, and they do have a GitHub for the project. They also have a link to a Discord, and they also have a release. At the time of filming, Alpha version 0.3.1 is the latest update, and in this version they've got some bug fixes. Mario jumps nicer, bridge and tower are properly added, they fixed some collision issues, and even more. As far as I know here, it's 100% free and it's open source, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below. And speaking about updates, next up we're talking about N64 emulation on the Nintendo Wii with Not64. And Not64 just got a brand new update, and it's the first one in about a year. So at the time of filming, 2023 11.02 is the latest update, and we've got some minor fixes and improvements. Feel free to check this one out. Link is in the description. Moving on, and we're quickly talking about the PS5, and it appears that Lightning Mods has got a hacked PS5 to play game backups. I am not joking with you here. I'll drop a link to this tweet in the description below. And on top of that, they've also got a YouTube video showing off even more stuff. Now this is very much a work in progress, but at the same time a very interesting work in progress. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Moving on, and we're talking about Nintendo, and news broke today that Nintendo is making a live-action Zelda movie. Previously, it was rumored that Nintendo was going to make a live-action Zelda Netflix series, but apparently that did not come to fruition. There is a movie in the works, and Miyamoto has confirmed that he's working on it. So this movie is being directed by Wes Ball, who's behind The Maze Runner and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And alongside Miyamoto as producer, there's Avi Arad, who's behind a whole bunch of different films. Some you may recognize, and some are better than others. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Personally here, I would have preferred a CGI movie, but maybe this live action will surprise me. Next up, we're talking about Switch emulation with Ryujinx, and if you're on Mac, Ryujinx just got a nice update for you. So as of version 1.1.1072 on macOS, it fixes crashes and soft locks when running Animal Crossing New Horizons, Splatoon 2, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with hypervisor enabled. Next up, we're talking about Linux, and last month ElementaryOS released version 7, and they're already talking about version 8 and Wayland. So version 8 of ElementaryOS is being built on Ubuntu 24.04 and won't be released until at least April 2024. And they say here, one of the largest and most ambitious goals they have for OS 8 is to use the Wayland display server protocol by default. This is big for ElementaryOS, and might be bad if you're into gaming, but I guess we'll have to see. Next up, we're talking about the Steam Deck, and we've got the Steam Deck beta client update dated November 6th. In this update, we've got some fixes, including some stuff around manually opting controllers out of Steam input. And in the preview only area, there's a very interesting change. They've unified the refresh rate and frame rate limit settings in the Performance tab into a single slider. Mind you though, if you don't like a single slider, there is an option to opt out of the unified refresh rate slider in Settings, Display, and Advanced. And last up here, we're talking about Google, YouTube, and apps like Vanced, Revanced, and NewPipe, and even more. And it appears that Google is working on a web integrity Android API that could kill those apps for good. I'll drop a link to this article in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. It's a very interesting read. It gives a good backstory on this one, and there is some speculation and nothing seems imminent just yet. Now there may be some broader implications here, especially surrounding web views and DRM. I'll keep my eye on this one and see where it goes, but at this point in time, I wouldn't be overly concerned just yet. Keyword is just yet. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.